In today's video, Stanley asks how a website that is trying to become an authority site can overcome the pitfalls from poor advice in the SEO realm. Overcoming bad past SEO advice it's a straightforward process. It's a lengthy process. Allocate anywhere from 3 to 12 months, depending on just how bad things went. And there's really a 4-step process for this. The first step is immediately stop doing anything that's expressly forbidden by search engines, like keyword stuffing, for example, or using spammy link generators, or spamming people's blog comments. Immediately stop doing bad things first. That's most important. And to the extent you can roll back anything that you've done that you shouldn't have done, that's obviously an important first consideration. Then you need to go on what's essentially a 3-step program, which is, first, you need to do a technical audit on site. And your technical audit has to be aligned with what are considered today's best practices for making stuff on a website that search engines will find. So that means for becoming an authority, that means building on-site indicators of reputation using things like the data highlighter in Search Console, or schema.org markup, or any of these things that will indicate to a site, to a search engine, what is this page about. Your technical audit also should go through and catalog pages that are not working. Pages, are they aligned properly with keywords? Are they robust enough pages with enough text on them? Are they relevant? Are they related? Is there a good internal linking strategy? Is there any internal linking strategy? So all those things are part of your technical audit. And like I said, it's alignment with today's algorithms. A lot has changed in search engine marketing, and a good chunk of bad advice in the SEO realm, as Stanley alluded to in his question, is it's stuff that's outdated advice, stuff that no longer applies. So in a recent Search Engine Watch article, or maybe it was Search Engine Journal, I can never keep all these search engine websites straight, they were talking about how algorithms today are looking for authority signals, essentially what is quality score for organic terms, just in the same way that search engines like Google, for example, uses quality score for AdWords. That means having things like an updated contact us page, proper addresses, phone numbers, all the things that indicate that you're a legitimate business are stuff that should be on your site. There are other indicators, other technical indicators as well. Again, like I said, the markup, using the correct markup on your pages, using json-ld where it's appropriate, because that's sort of the preferred method. Having correct analytics implemented. If you think that Google can't see us, doesn't know that a site's using Google Analytics, let's be real. Making sure your site's registered in all of the webmaster consoles, like Bing Webmaster Tools, Google Search Console, all these things. There's a lot of technical stuff that goes into that first phase of repairing your site's reputation. The second thing is a competitive audit, or a landscape audit, which is to look at, in the field that you're trying to be an authority in, what are the indicators from an SEO perspective, from a content perspective, from a link perspective, from a keyword perspective? What are the indicators that competitors are beating you out on? And this is where really good SEO software helps. I recommend either SEMrush or Ahrefs or Moz, or any of the big packages are all, with proper training, quite good at helping you detect and understand what competitors are up to, and letting you do apples to apples comparisons. For those of you who read my newsletter, the most recent issue, as of the time of this recording, had a video on how to do a two-way keyword analysis, which you can go back and watch that. It's on my YouTube channel. And then the third thing, and probably the hardest part of overcoming poor advice from SEO, is generating new, high-quality, credible inbound links. So that means one of two things, and you have to do both. Number one, you've got to have terrific content produced at an extremely fast pace. So not just great content, but great content all the time. That requires investment. That requires people. That requires hours. That may require budget, depending on what staff you have. And you have to produce it, again, in alignment with Google's algorithms about content that's recent, content that is diverse in format, meaning text, audio, video, basically using any of Google's properties, and then text that is relevant, that is important, that is topically targeted, not just keyword targeted, but topically targeted, is what Google is after these days. So that's part one. And then part two is pitching the living daylights out of it. That means finding opportunities to earn links to your site by creating content and media that people would want to link to. So the venerable infographic, still alive and kicking, still relevant if it's good, if it's well produced. Video is a huge pitching opportunity if you have the opportunity to create video that people want to link to. Podcast episodes, anything you can do that will get someone else who's got a relevant, high-quality site to link to yours, and leave that link there. Leave it as a credible link. So a lot of bad advice in the SEO realm was like, let's go get a bunch of links. It doesn't matter where they come from. We get them as fast as possible. And then the links vanish in like 5 days. That doesn't help you, right? Because the search algorithms can see, okay, clearly this site may not be as authoritative as possible if the link doesn't stick, if it doesn't stay there. Whereas somebody who's got a link, hey, that link, they've been linking to your site for, I don't know, local law firms for like 10 years now. You clearly are the authority because the age of the link and the fact that it's stuck around, the people who left it in place, is itself an indicator of authority. So that's sort of a 3-stage, 4-stage process. Stop doing bad things, do your technical audit, do your competitive and landscape audit, and then go out and get those links. Despite what has been written in some recent articles, links are still the highest correlate to search rankings. So keep going out and getting those links. And remember that at the end of the day, one of the best pieces of overall SEO advice is operate as though there were no search engines, which means going out and getting links in relevant places to attract traffic directly to your site from other sites, so that if there was no Google, if there was no Bing, then you would still be getting traffic from somewhere to your website. So operate. That means you have to have great content. It means you have to have high quality stuff that people want to share, that people want to read, and that people want to engage with and participate with. So that's the long answer to that question. But it's a really good question because a lot of people are looking for shortcuts that will try and speed up the recovery process, and that's exactly the wrong thing to do. Look for long cuts, authoritative things you can do to build that reputation over the years, and expect it's going to take a minimum of 3 months. That's just to recover from bad things you've done, and then a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, be playing for the play the long game for SEO. Play to be ranking for things for years to come, and you'll do well. As always, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter. I'll talk to you soon. Want help solving your company's data, analytics, and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.